In his closing address at the Brics Political Parties Plus dialogue, the ANC Secretary-General Fikile Mbalula has called for the immediate silencing of the guns in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The ANC's alignment, allegedly with Russia, has been under scrutiny, particularly in the face of pressure from the West to take a firm stance against Russia's actions in Ukraine. Mbalula has called for both Ukraine and Russia to go to the negotiating table, as suggested by leaders of the African Peace Initiative.
In line with our anti-war stance, we call for the immediate silencing of guns in the Russia-Ukraine conflict and the start of dialogue as proposed by the African Leaders Peace Mission, China and others. Comrades and friends, it is not enough to have these noble and progressive ideals. We have to be prepared to work together, tirelessly and resiliently to face challenges and setbacks we will encounter. Unity of purpose and acting together is indispensable to realize and defend the various development objectives. The commitment to diverse cultures and civilizations that we articulated in this dialogue.
The Department of International Relations says the Russian President Vladimir Putin will still participate in all of the programs at the Brics summit, but he'll do it virtually. Dirco, holding a briefing this morning, they confirmed that government has known for some time that Putin would not attend the gathering physically. Our senior political reporter Ziyanda Ngcobo has more.
Condemnation, isolation, has that brought us closer to peace? No.
South Africa's top diplomats insist that their approach to the conflict between Russia and Ukraine has been the best because it's underpinned by negotiation and dialogue. They say the mutual agreement to have President Vladimir Putin attend the summit virtually came as a result of the culture of consensus within the Brics bloc.
On President Putin, as you know, the announcement was made by our president that he will not attend the summit physically, but he will attend the summit virtually. He'll be involved in all of the sessions where the leaders are partaking in the traditional summit of Brics leaders on the 23rd, on the 22nd, when Brics leaders of August, when Brics leaders address the business forum, the closing plenary of the Brics Business Forum. President Putin will also deliver his remarks virtually.
The Department of International Relations and Cooperation has revealed that it's known for at least a month that Russian President Vladimir Putin would not be attending next month's Brics summit in person. President Cyril Ramaphosa used his visit of the African Peace Initiative to have a dialogue with his Russian counterparts about the quagmire that this country finds itself in as a result of the warrant of arrest issued by the International Court against Putin.
When the president was in St. Petersburg as part of the Africa Peace Mission, he had a bilateral with President Putin. So we knew, as far as way back then, that President Putin wouldn't be coming.
On the Russian Black Sea grain deal, which has now ended and is no longer up for renewal, Dirco says it's a disappointing development but will continue to engage. Around 32 million tons of grain are transported to several countries from Ukraine through that route, and the agreement assisted in thwarting an unbearable escalation of food prices.
On the grain deal, we're disappointed with the fact that it's not continuing. And of course, we'll engage with Russia on this, and we're doing this in the context of the G20 as well. So there's ongoing discussions with various partners on this particular issue.
Part of the discussions expected to take place at the August summit include putting forward a proposal for the total prohibition of nuclear weapons. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziyanda Ngcobo in Rosebank.